Donald Trump is decimating Kamala Harris in the latest Rasmussen national polling, a very accurate pollster. Welcome back to On Point Politics. We're going to be looking at what the map shows us with the latest Rasmussen polls demographics. Hit the like button and subscribe for more content just like this. Looking at the demographic crosstabs, Donald Trump currently leads with white voters by 5 points, trails with black voters by 41 points, leads with Hispanics by a 2-1 margin, and is up with other voters by about 4 points. He is winning independents by 7 points, and he's doing decent with male voters and closing the gap with female voters, and is also winning 18-39, is at a dead even heat with 40-64, and is leading with 65 plus voters. He's also doing pretty decent in the education department. He's actually making gains with college educated voters by a pretty decent amount this cycle. And so looking at the states right now, based on the demographics from 538, when I do each map for race, gender, education, and age, we do get an electoral college result. Idaho, Utah, Wyoming, Montana, North Dakota, South Dakota, all of Nebraska except the 2nd Congressional District, Kansas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana, Missouri, Indiana, Kentucky, West Virginia, Tennessee, Alabama, Mississippi, as well as South Carolina are in fact in the safe Republican column in this video. Looking at the safe Democrat states, we have California. We also have the state of Hawaii. The District of Columbia is also here. Maryland, Massachusetts, and Vermont are also going to be in this column as well, including New York as well as Rhode Island will also be included in the safe column in this forecast. Kamala Harris is underperforming Joe Biden from the previous election, hence why you see a lot more competitive states around this time. We can fill out the likely Republican states. Iowa on this forecast will be an 11-point win for Donald Trump. Ohio will be around a 12-point win for Donald Trump in this forecast. And Maine's 2nd Congressional District is a 13-point victory for the former president. The state of North Carolina in this forecast is currently a 6.6 percentage point win for Donald Trump, as well as Georgia being a 6.5 percentage point victory for the former president. Looking at the state of Florida, roughly a 10-point victory exactly is on the horizon, as well as in the state of Texas, we do see a 14-point win for Donald Trump. Looking at Nevada, we can currently deduce that the margin there is not in the likely column. And so as of right now, with Alaska filled out, we have now entered in all of the likely Republican states alongside Arizona, which is currently a 5.8 percentage point win for Donald Trump, putting him pretty close to 270 electoral college votes. Looking at Washington, it is just below a 15-point win at a 14.7 percentage point win for Kamala Harris. Oregon at a 12-point win for Kamala Harris. We have Colorado at just an 8-point win for Kamala Harris. Illinois at an 11-point victory for Kamala Harris. We also have Maine's first at about 12 points. And we have Maine at large at about 7 points for Kamala Harris. The state of New Hampshire in this video will roughly be below the 5-point mark. New Jersey, Connecticut, Delaware barely fall in that likely Democrat column in this video. And so all of the states listed that are currently toss-ups are decided by under 5 points in this presidential election. Starting with the state of Nevada, a state that Democrats have done fairly well in. The past couple cycles, after not winning it in 2004, Obama swept the state multiple times, and including Hillary Clinton and Joe Biden the last 2 cycles. So it has slowly been trending and shifting to the right as time has gone on. And with Donald Trump getting about 2/3 of the vote of Hispanics in this forecast, according to this new national poll, he's going to be winning Nevada by roughly 4 points in this video. New Mexico's an interesting one because right now it's actually just a 1-point win for Kamala Harris. Again, New Mexico has one of the highest populations of Hispanic voters. We can see when Bush did very well with Hispanics, he narrowly picked off the state, but he didn't win it by multiple points because his non-college support was definitely not the strongest even compared to Donald Trump. And so Hispanics did kind of move to the left. Some suburban white voters did kind of move to the left too. Suburban white voters were the reason why Bush was technically able to win the state of New Mexico back in 2004. And now, looking at the state, it was a huge victory for Biden last cycle, but that was because Hispanics voted for Biden 66 to about 32% for Donald Trump, or about 65-35 for Biden. And so, since New Mexico has the highest amount of Hispanic voters, it would make sense that the state would move left. Even though Hispanics actually moved to the right from 2020, the liberal vote of white voters here had shifted a little bit to the left, hence why it was an 11-point win. And combined with Biden's good Hispanic performance nationwide, that's why you saw that state end up being in the likely Democrat column at 11 points. However, now, because Donald Trump is basically winning the Hispanic vote 2-1 in this forecast, he is narrowly losing the state, despite not improving that much with white voters or even improving a lot with non-college voters. So if he were to improve with non-college and whites by quite a bit, it would actually be a disaster for Kamala Harris. Looking at Wisconsin, we can see a 3-point victory on the horizon there. The state has relatively been competitive the past few cycles since Donald Trump entered politics, and it flipped blue in the last forecast for Joe Biden in 2020. But now it seems like in Wisconsin, Donald Trump will pull out the victory, as well as in Michigan and in Pennsylvania. He'll pull out the wins there, as well as Nebraska's second. According to this forecast, he's narrowly pulling off those states in this video. Pennsylvania is actually voting to the right of Wisconsin by like a decimal point. And we got the final states on the map. Minnesota, in this forecast, is about a 3.5-point win. So it's actually voting to the left of New Mexico in this forecast. Virginia is about a 4-point victory in this forecast. You could see black voters. There's a lot of them in Virginia and some in Minnesota. And Donald Trump improving with that demographic is definitely going to make a difference in Minnesota and Virginia. And looking at New Hampshire, the final state, it is a 4.4 percentage point win for Kamala Harris. There's a lot of Boston liberal voters that just moved there. And since Donald Trump in this poll is not really improving that much with non-college whites or certain demographics, New Hampshire will still be a lean Democrat state. And so according to the latest accurate Rasmussen polling, Donald Trump is on track to win 313 electoral college votes to Harris's 225 electoral college votes. Make sure to hit the like button and to subscribe if you want more content just like this, and I will see you guys in the next video.